Oke, halo masuk ke nama gue Ricky. Sekarang kita di game Lost at Sea. Ini adalah game Touhou puzzle, visual novel, dan to be honest, gue pengen main game nyantai. Jadi ya, yaudah yuk. It's Friday afternoon and Renko and I are studying at our apartment. Dan tenang aja, game ini nggak ada Yuri-nya atau LGBT dan lain-lain. Karena ya seperti lo tahu, gue juga nggak suka dengan LGBT. Jadi kalau ada game ya ada berhubungan LGBT pasti gak gue mainin. Jadi tenang aja. Lucu. Mereka menggunakan gambarnya ya real life gitu. She has basic papers through all over the bed between us. I'm keeping my book on my lap so that I don't lose it in the mess of notes. We've both been working peacefully for about half an hour when Renko jumps, realizing something. I almost forgot there's something I want to show you. She rumbles around in her bag for a few moments before coming up with a crumpled piece of paper. After some half-hearted attempt to flatten it on her knee, she held it out to me. This flyer, decorated with a large image of sailing ship. Internet, the text says, grand opening. What's this? They're opening a museum for tours. Cool. What does this have to do with our classwork or with the club? It's haunted, of course. Supposedly. It's saying a couple hundred years ago. Now the ghosts of the old crew roam the ship. Murasa? And you say they were offering tours? I thought we could go together. It's been a while since we had the chance to go on a real date. But it's cheaper than going to the moon. A student discount for the entrance fee. You mean doing homework in the same room doesn't count as a real date? She sort of at me, but since she didn't crumple it up first, it floats uselessly to the bedspread between us. There's a third night. Who knows? Maybe we see some ghosts. I pick up the piece of paper. Towards twinkle up at me. Mysterious disappearance, unknown survivor. This date. Tapi di kapalnya cukup bagus ini. Ngingetin gue dengan kapal-kapal ferry atau kapal Titanic mafia gitu. You see before you is one-to-one recreation of the Great Warship Perseverance, which disappeared under mysterious circumstance around 200 years ago. However, the exact date of the sinking remains unknown. Wait, it's a recreation? I whispered to Renko. I guess so. The flare didn't say that. How can a recreation be haunted? It's just a fake. The Perseverance was last spotted on a clear night by the nearby merchant vessel, and sailed out of view, never to be seen again. At the time, it was theorized to have disappeared due to supernatural influence. Some people said it was spirited away by a ship phantom, or that the area it was sailing through was cursed. I focused my eyes a little as the tour guide leads us onto the deck, searching for trace of the supernatural, but I can't make out any boundaries. Kita dalam kah? Gue pengen rebahan dulu. Badan gue pegal banget. Karena hari ini ada hari yang melelahkan. Now that we know more, the prevailing theory is that the Perseverance sank due to a lack of maintenance causing the rudder to stick. This most likely led to the ship veering off course and crashing into some unknown obstacle. The gate boss and plasters a wet eye look into his face. However, since there were no survivor, what's to say? Maybe it really was a curse that drove the ship off course that night. He led us down the ladder and then opened the door to a side room. Inside, protected by glass, is the ship helm, a wooden wheel that sits upright in a frame. It's the ship helm. It's been moved to this room for protection. When Perseverance was still seaworthy, it should have been located above decks. This wheel is where the crew steered the ship from, or more specifically, struggled in vain to correct their course on that fateful night. Something is nagging at me, and I squint my eyes again. The air on the helm looked faintly distorted. Could it be some supernatural influence, or is the glass just reflecting the light strangely? Renko stands close beside me and I listen intently to the tour guide's word. By the way, Renko kayak jamet ya. Thanks to the recent discovery of the ship wreckage, we've been able to study the layout and create this full-scale replica. So the original ship artifacts were too old and water damaged to be motion pieces. Everything you see here is careful reconstruction. This helm is actually the one piece of the original ship that we have one display here. Take a good look. This might have been where the Salurul took their final desperate stand. The wood of the helm is cracked and withered. A patch at the bottom of the wheel shows where Brother Nicholas have been pried off. I wish we could touch it. If everyone got to touch it, it will probably ruin the wood over time. I don't mean everyone, just us. Now, if you come with me, let's explore the rest of the rooms below decks. Nico and I look at each other in silence for a few moments as the last kiss fell past, headed for the parking lot. I don't want to tell her the tour was overwhelming, since it was her idea, but well, it was. Nico sighed. I had to say it, but it was kind of disappointing. It definitely weren't any ghosts. It was just me. It was a good idea, but I can't believe the ship is just a replica. Seeing the way such an old ship would have been good was cool, but yeah, it wasn't the real thing. They should have advertised it as if it was. I'm not even sure this is counted as a haunted ship though. The ship is still sitting at the bottom of the ocean after all. Of course, who's wouldn't haunt a recreation when they could haunt the original? You're right. That in mind, I don't think they can call it a haunted ship tour at all. The sadness suffer my feet. It's a little windy on the dock, and a cold breeze blow over us. Nikarenko put a hand on her head to keep it from blowing away. It would have been cool to get closer look at the original ship's helm. It was the only thing I felt could have been supernatural. Oh, wait, really? You think so? I'm not sure, but I felt something around me. Too bad the tour guide moved us past so quickly. Let's go back in then. What? Let's sneak in after the motion closes, just to look around. This will be too hard. I know the security is very tight. After all, who will bother to break into a replica ship other than us? The ship looms over us, creaking a little as it rocks in its berth. I know this is free. Let's do it. It's worth checking out. But if we don't find a boundary, dan to be honest, harusnya Maribel tuh tipe orang yang mau udahlah nggak usah dipikirin, udah kita pulang aja yuk. Gua rasa Renko itu tipe orang yang apa Maribel itu tipe orang yang gak mau melanggar peraturan gitu. Tapi dia sempat berani ke kuburan sih untuk mencari itu doang hantu. We headed away from the docks to ideally spend some time in a tea shop nearby where we wait for the museum to close. Renko insists that she needs caffeine for the night ahead. It seems like our date won't be ruined by the boring tour after all. A few later, we return to the ship. Tapi masih kelihatan siang mas bro. Was you feel scared? Do you know that there's no tour guide? Honestly, it's just an empty ship. It doesn't feel haunted at all. Reckon us we head for the same library that the tour guide took us down here. Do you think they keep this light on all the time? It seems like a waste of electricity. Anyway, while we're here, we might as well look around a little. There could be trace of the supernatural anything other than the hell. Ini game point and click bukan sih? Apa cuma kayak baca visual novel doang? Gue lihat sih game puzzle, jadi harusnya point and click. We explore the other rooms, but nothing stood out to me. Finally, we found ourselves in the front of the door to the room that housed the helm. Renko pushed open the door and we go inside. Now that we are surrounded by other museum goers, the boundary stands out to me immediately. Oh, ini dia nih boundary-nya. There's a weak spot here, Renko. Her eyes gleam. Is it tied to the hell? It must be. It's the only artifact from the original ship, remember? I approached even behind the glass of its frame. Time seems to stand at my side. I reach out a hand as if I'm about to touch it, and then the lights go out. Mary? Seems safe all at once beneath our feet, and I stumble, reaching out for Renko and clutching at her hand in the dark. A responding grip is firm. Hold on. We soon get separated in the dark. Let me see if I can find the door. Ah! I stumbled as Renko pulled on my hand hard. What happened? I think I ran into a chair. A chair? Ernest was up against the wall before? Yeah, to make room for the tall crowd. Maybe things slid around when the ship moved. I wonder why that happened. There should have been a search inside the harbor. Could have been the wind. The wind? Hold on. I think I found the door. I don't remember those being oil lamps before. It's pretty strange. We come to ladder again and emerge into the open deck. The wind is out of my hair. For a moment I imagined that the wind could have caused the ship to reflect below decks. Then I see what's surrounding us. Oh, there's Sally. I finally let go of Renko's hand to move the railing and look over. Sure enough, there's no sign of the dock we boarded from. Only ocean, stretching as far as I can see into the darkness around us. When I turn back around, Renko is craning her neck, looking up at the sky. I can see the stars really clearly here, far more clearly than in the city. No lake pollution. Must be pretty far out there. It's 2 minutes and 17 seconds after midnight just now. Renko announced with scant confidence. But it was only a little past 11 when we got onto the ship. Can that much time really have passed? Renko says hey. Can you tell where we are? She squinted up at the moon. I'll give you the coordinate, but all I can say about them is that they are in the middle of the ocean. I probably could have figured that out on my own. She poked me in the shoulder. Well, I wonder what all of this has to do with the weak spot in the boundary. Maybe it was a gateway to a realm on the other side, like when we went to the Netherworld. Oh yeah, that was a purpose. We approached the helm before we ended up here. Let's wait for us to the ship hard again, and we would have to steady ourselves on the deck. And I look up at Renko again, she's frowning. Mary, I think there's something we should be worrying about more than the boundary. What's that? The last record sighting of Perseverance was on a clear night, right? And here we are, 2 minutes after midnight in the middle of the ocean, with no one to be seen. Look at her as she's dragging up, staring out over the railing at the salt spray whipped up by the wind. The ship is going to sink. If it's going to sink, then we have to go out of here before it does. Who knows what will happen to us? Renko nods. Look into each other's eyes for a moment. Determined when a water broke across the deck. Oh oke, so ini dia kita mulai main. Oke, ada hike lagi ya, jadi nggak terlalu ribet. Nggak, karena nggak ada hike lagi jadi bingung juga sih. There it is. But where's the way? Suddenly, the Clement at the side before us, although the stand of the helm is clearly intact. The wheel itself, with its grips for turning, is missing. It can't be right. How can you steer a ship without a wheel? You can. Of course you can. The sound of new voice we button startled. Murasa! Standing before us, holding the wheel of the helm as if it weighed nothing at all. As a full-faced young woman with a bored smile. You woman? Oke. Dia kelihatannya udah kayak karakter jojo atau gak kenapa, karena kelihatan kayak cowok. Badannya ini suspek banget. Who are you? She continued as if Renko never spoke. I said, of course, you can sail a ship without its helm. It's impossible. That's why this ship is going to sink. How did you take that wheel off? And why did you want this ship to sink? She shrugs. You could say sinking ship is my job, or you could say it's for fun. I don't really care. I really care. She taps the finger against the wood of the helm, looking doubtful for a moment. Say, does either of you happen to have a ladle? Like for both? The woman with the helm doesn't answer, continuing to smile in that unsealing way. Renko and I exchange a look. No, we don't have a ladle. Pity. Tumben Murasa nggak bawa ladle? Really? Wait. Before either Renko or I can get another word out, she runs for the hatch we claim of truth. Start them too slow to give a chase. Renko shouts after her, responding on the deck. But the hatch slams shut before she can get to it. When she runs it open again, she stares into the darkness below for a moment and then sighs. No sign of her. She got away. Darn. How are we supposed to prevent this ship from crashing when we can steer it? At this rate, we're going to sink it with it. She walks back over to me, scuffing her feet glumly. Truget mentioned that people thought the sinking of the ship was strange, but mistake to take the cake. It doesn't make sense that someone could have actually stolen the helm. Maybe it's just a representation of how people saw the sinking. Like when that wonder let us cross into dreams. You mean we haven't actually traveled back in time? I so. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell with these things, but it doesn't seem like the real cause of the ship sinking should have been a girl stealing the wheel. Well, when you put it that way. Anyway, I'm not quite sure she was a regular person. What do you mean? Can you see how pale she was? And how blue her lips were? Sometimes you could almost see through her. So you think she was a yokai or something? More like a funayure? A shipento? Exactly. Someone who don't know how and sink ships. Oh, that's could be. So one other reason I think she could be a funayure. What's that, Mary? She asked for a ladder. Yeah, I did think that it was kind of weird. According to legend, a funayure typically appears to the sailors of a ship and asks them for a ladder. The phantom then fill that ladle with seawater and float the ship sinking it. Definitely not the sort of problem you have nowadays. Right, but over time, sailors learn that if they give the funayure a ladle with a hole in the bottom, the water would pour out, and the phantom would get frustrated and leave. So, you think if we give her a ladle with a hole in the bottom, it's make leave and give us the helm back? It's worth a try, don't you think? It's not like there's anything else we can do. I clap my hands together. Great, then our next task is to find a ladder. Oke, sih, udah berdua. Nah, harus cari tempat lagi. Udah bingung harus kemana. Karena di pemilihan ini banget. Kita bisa ngecek bintang kan? Oh my god. Oke, kalau kata itu kanan. I got asked to draw about it we first approach. Locked from the inside. Maybe it wasn't locked before. As our concerned glance with Remco. We can access the boundary like this, so we were able to find a way in the ladder. Okay, okay, nothing. What? The cannon point is smashed out of the waves. Aduh, ada orang. You see this, Mary? Tapi through the gallery window bisa saya. Beside the kitchen are a handful of half transparent shapes, sitting around the table and seeming to eat out of bowls. What do you think? They look like ghosts to me. The ghosts of the old sailors, maybe. No matter what they are, we can go in there while they're eating. It will be good for all of them to notice us. What then distract them? Spend a moment but neither of us can see anything that will make a good distraction. Odell Larry suggests making a small fire to set off smoke around, but an odd wooden selling ship. There's no way that's a good idea for multiple reasons. What about really loud noise? Ah, a cannon for firing at other ships, I suppose. The tour guide did say this was a formidable warship. How do sailors fire this without going deaf anyway? Maybe they cover their ears at the moment it goes off. You know, that given me an idea. Apa? Idenya apa? It's heavy. Will you be able to manage it? Yeah, I got it. Just don't make me carry it for too long, right? Toho Cannonball, if you know what I mean. Can find a cannon to make a lot of noise as distraction. Sure, but a cannonball alone isn't enough to fire a cannon. Ah, you're right. We need to find gunpowder and something to light to fuse me. This means I have to keep carrying the cannonball thread. Okay, thank you, Renko. It's gunpowder, isn't it? Perfect. Let's take it with us. I tried to put inside the barrel, but the top is sealed. Not luck here. Must be fun crowbar, I guess. What do you think is there anyway? Given the edge of the seat, hard tack probably? There's some tools on one of the benches in the room. Uh, if our else fail first, I guess we could try building a raft. I don't think the element of force here could hold the weight of the people. I was kidding. It's a lifeboat on the top deck anyway. So, cause there were no survivor, I don't know how much that will help. You got a point there. An axe. Ambillah. Ku ambil bulu sebatang. Ku potong sama panjang. It looks like where the crew sleeps. It's probably be quiet in here. There may be more of the school cellar. Right. Oh wow, listen to this. Perseverance in entering dangerous water. Our captain insists that conditions are fine, but I spoke to Mr. Sloan, and I believe that the water here had dangerous outcropping of stone. I imagine there is no chance of my confessing the captain. He has caused this ear to his lieutenants. I only hope that we reach a safe harbor from which I can send my letters to Thomas. As we through this strait, I will breathe easily again. Oh, yeah, there's nothing else after that. But there are a few numbers written in the back of the book. Okay, 107. Great, let's try to remember that 107. Kemudian kita tulis dulu aja. Not 107. Oke, Hey, there's combination log here. Maybe it has something to do with the dairy we read. 107. Some this work, otherwise we read that guy dairy for nothing. I like to think if it is keeping his story alive. Here we go. Looks like it's mostly close in here. As a post of tobacco. Promising. You can smoke with a lighter. It's knife, some more paper, and matches. Sort of a string from you, Mr. Goodseller. You gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway, love him is tobacco. It's like either of us smoke. Shh, it still counts. Ambil bulu sebatang, kupotong sama panjang. Alright, are we doing this? Do we know how to do this? Watch some of the commentaries. It's going to be the same, right? Boy, I hope so. Happy to be rid of this cannonball. It was so heavy. You know, I could have helped you carry it. Too late now, when the barrel it goes. Okay, I'm going for the cannonball. Will you to do the honors? Sure, I don't trust covering my ears to be enough protection. Though, once I like the fuse, let's run and hide, okay? Got it. Okay, with the rock. The cannon goes off. It's still so loud, I feel like the floor moved beneath me. More than the typical motion of the ship, that is. Explosion is followed by a loud chorus of voice, and then Christopher passes. I pull my hands cautiously from my ears. Raincoat is the same. I look at each other with wide eyes. From the direction of the explosion, the voice continued. I guess we're clear. Let's go. I creep quietly out of the room. Because the cellars are all clustered around the cannon we fired. At the far end of the room, so we're able to make our way to the kitchen without being seen. Here I found a ladle. Good find. She put her hand on my shoulder. There's a lot of work done. Next we just have to put a hole in it and give it to Helm Thief. So how do we hole in the bottom of the ladle? We step a hole in the bottom of the ladle with this knife. Put that down. You get yourself. Okay, we have to find something else. Time got we had before we came here. Let's have to go down. We have plenty of time for soup when we get home. What the hell is this? Maybe we could burn a hole in the bottom of the ladle. It's made of wood or from. There's no way we could blow a process about that. Just burn up the whole ladle. Yeah, you're probably right. And then we have no way to stop the Funa Yurei. And maybe it's important that the ladle is wooden. What do you mean? Well, sailing ship used to have carpenter on board, right? Right, and a carpenter would have tools we could use to bore a hole. Let's stop looking around the kitchen. Besides, we better get out of here before the sailors come back. Dan gua tahu ada di mana. Ku ambil bulu sebatang, ku potong sama panjang. Let's check the other bench. Do you ever take shop Renko? No, I am more into the theoretical stuff, but this carpenter ball, right? I think we can figure it out. Here, let me try. It's probably good enough, right? Perfect. Now I just have to give this to the ship phantom and it should make her leave. but kasihnya ke siapa? Apa di merasanya dari mana maksud gue? Oh, rasa merasanya di mana? It's open. She pulled it the rest of the way open. When we step inside, the room is no longer dark. It's friendly although illuminated by a pale, ghostly light that emanates from the ghost standing in the middle of the room. You two again. So the help of the one side, balanced against the floor, except from the chairs which have been pushed to one side of the room, so the space only occupied. From time to time, her hands seemed to waver, and you could almost see the grain of the wood through her fingers. If you just here to ask me for the helm, I will be handing it over. The ship sinks tonight. Honestly, we don't care if the ship sinks. Just want to get off of it first. It's not my problem. If you want to leave, then leave. I unfocus my eyes. The water is visible as thin line just behind the Funayu ray, but I can sense any weak spot. There's no way we can leave right now. We need more time. Nico glares at me and I shake my head. What is it? Here, is this what you want? Nico brandishes the ladle and brandishes it, almost like a weapon. Ladle is for you. Ladle. I stand in the darkness. Give it here. Not so fast. Give us the helm. I tried to. She stood the helm and I raised her other hand out for the ladle. As I pressed the ladle in her palm, I grabbed the helm and the thread is me. The whiz as the serpentum swept the ladle through the air, testing it out. As she frowned, I looked down on it. Wait a minute. There's a hole in this. Well, yes, you didn't think we were complete fools, did you? How did it help us to get the helm back if you still serve that ship? I can't believe this. Now you react too well, no, guys. Everyone and their uncle know how to drive us off. I guess we got lucky that I knew the Funayuri law. I set a glass for Renko. I should have just got out of middleman and started carrying my own ladle. Well, whatever. Have fun on your not some shit. Just look at the six directly through the wooden floor in front of us. As though there's no obstacle. The floorboard closed over her head. Neko and I stared at each other in the mood lamp-like from the open doorway behind us. So she left. I guess she went back to the sea. That's where she phantom come from anyway. I'm surprised that we didn't so well, but relief honestly. I was worried we were going to have to fight or something. Still, the ship rocked heavily beneath our feet and there is exclamation from above deck. I don't have the helm in my hands. Right, let's get this back into a place and change the course of this ship. Nico and I hurry up the room and run for the ladder. Okay. Climber quickly up the top of the ladder. Okay, okay. And at once, Nico pointed to the fog just off the ship below. Did you see that? The screen and I'm just able to make it out. The hulking shape of a rock, looming out of the fog before us. We're going to hit it. Come on! Scrambling across the slick deck toward the helm stand. And we fall once, trying to balance on the heavy deck without dropping the helm. Rico steadies me and we run up. Finally, where's the helm? A cluster of ghosts, solar cluster around it, looking confused and blurry in the dim light, but they part to let us pass when they see what I'm holding. Here we go. Renko help. He heaved the wheel up and slid it back into its post. As soon as we do, it begins to spin wildly, but in the wrong direction, turning the ship toward the rock ahead. I grab the wheel spoke and haul hard as we can in the opposite direction. At first, it seems as though we will not succeed. The ship is too heavy, and the wind too fierce. However, the helm begins slowly to turn into the right direction. When I look up, there is a faint glow around us. The hand of a ghostly sailor reaches from behind us, in front of us, and from all around to grip the wheel and help us to land. Their faces are impossible to make out, but with their help, the ship finally starts to swing wide of the obstacle ahead. Renko, look, they're helping. My voice is hushes, but Renko looks up anyway and smiles. We didn't want to ship this crash either. But aren't they already dead? At least in this realm, they seem to be ghosts. I bet they have an attachment to this ship that goes beyond life or death. If they have the chance to save it, one day. Slowly, with the help of the other sailor around us, we turned the helm far enough that the ship rather creaks far beneath us. We held our breath as the rock approached and passed us by on the port side. As we certain that we passed the obstacle, I let go of the helm and throw my arms around Renko in relief. We did it. Shake me back with me. Good work, Mary. All at once, something bright flashed across my vision. The boundary. I can see the glowing even through the deck from the room below us. The door has open. It's time to go home. The couple away and, with her hands on her hips, soon fed the ships. The two sailors seem much calmer now, no longer panicking but instead drifting across the deck and seeming to talk to each other. The waves that splash against the sides of the ship have come to me. The breeze is cool at my face and I'm smiling. It was much more interesting than the museum recreation. Ready to go? Yeah, let's head out. And with the boundary once more, I can see the bright line of it, and also the weak spot of its center. Under the helm this time, the boundary pulls such with enough energy that all I have to do is take Renko's hand and step forward. The boundary opened up around us, and we vanished from the ghost ship, the source of the sea fading behind us. We staggered out of the boundary and found ourselves back in the room we left. The museum ship, electricity lights shine around us once more, hitting off the glass case that housed the helm. Nico adjusts her head and leans over the pier at the helm through the glass. It suddenly looks like it's been dropped a lot into the last 5 minutes. 5 minutes? Gue udah main 30 menit. Nico, that was hundreds of years ago. I know. So straighten up and let's go of my hand. Isn't it odd though? We saved the ship, but it didn't affect reality. In our world, the perseverance still sucked. Well, we didn't actually travel to the past, just a different version of our reality. Or maybe it was just a dream or house within the boundary. If you could change the past, it would break all the laws of basic draw. I start to laugh, but the sound of footsteps interrupts me, and who locks up our arm. I look at the open door. I expected to see Funayura again. Maybe one of the ghost sellers. Could they have followed us through the boundary? I brought back physical item before. After all, I suppose it wouldn't be too much of a stress to start bringing back creatures. Fortunately, the vessel that pierced through the door opening is a totally human one, with a mustache and security guard cap. The man frowns when he sees us. Uh-oh, I guess they do have security here. What are you doing here? Don't you know the museum is closed? I started glass with Renko. Maybe he left something on the ship during the haunted tower. That's right, we just came back to see if we could find it. Yes, we did, so we're all good now. Sorry to bother you. It's not gonna fly. You'll have to wait until the morning and then call about your lost item. It was urgent? Come with me. I'll see you off the ship. And I better not see you at this museum again anytime soon. The guard motioned for the two of us walk ahead of him, and we do exchange another glance. As we leave, Renko leans over the whisper to me. I guess it doesn't matter that much if you're banned from the recreation ship. After all, we saw the real one. The guard watches us as we walk down the ramp. Standing at the top of it, his arm folded. As with off the seat, he felt it to go back inside. The elder had gone lost. Funny, I not to worry about getting in trouble with the security guard, but after almost drowning in his shipwreck, he was a nice dad, wasn't it? It really was. Much better than the haunted tower. We should do it again sometime soon. Although not at this museum, I guess. Until they forget about us anyway. Smart me, her eyes twinkling. Then I drop a kiss on her cheek before reaching down to take a hand. Fuck, ternyata ada LGBT-nya kah? You think any cafes are open this night? Can always check. I had to make some notes about this experience before I go to bed. So to write down to Funa Yuretik. I make him and Andy again someday. And in hand, Rico and I walk off down to the docks, chatting about the happening and our plans for the following week. With the ice rocking gently in the pathways of the harbor, the press friend watches us go. Oh, fuck! Gua nggak tahu itu dihitung LGBT atau enggak, but ya bete banget karena dia muncul di akhir. Kalau dia munculnya di tengah-tengah, apa di pertama, ya gue bakalan ini masuk out gitu. Atau hell, gue merasa nggak terlalu juri-juri juga. Oke, kalau gitu sampai sini aja gue bisa subscribe dan sampai jumpa lagi dengan gue Ricky di video selanjutnya. Goodbye.